Another NVIDIA challenger is picking up steam and raising new funds for its rival chip. D-Matrix announced this week it has raised $275 million at a $2 billion valuation. The company says its technology is 10 times faster, 3 times cheaper, and 3 to 5 times more energy efficient than GPU-based systems. Joining me now is Sid Sheth, the CEO of the company. Sid, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Hey, Akash, how are you? Pleasure to
I'm doing well. Let's talk chips. How about that?
People love it. I can talk it 24/7.
Well, I trust you're pretty good at it because you just raised a lot of money. And so clearly some folks believe in the way that you talk about it. Tell me, why is D-Matrix's chip better than NVIDIA? As I talked about the stats up front, okay,
Yeah.
You talk about faster, more cost efficient, it's cheaper. How are you doing this?
Yeah. So I think let's peel the onion on that a little bit, right? And let's take a step back. So first of all, D-Matrix is focused on inference, right? We don't focus on training, which is the other piece of AI computing, which NVIDIA GPUs are extremely good at, right? When we started the company in 2019, we had a singular mission: focus on the other piece, which is inference, where AI actually gets deployed, where monetization of AI happens, decisions get made, productivity is unleashed. And back in 2019, I'll be honest, when I would visit investors and talk to them about inference, it was a word that most people didn't even understand, right? It was like, what is inference? And now, post ChatGPT, post DeepSeek, the whole world is talking about inference. How do we make inference available to all of humanity? Every human on the planet wants to use compute for inference specifically. Very few people want to train models, but everybody wants to use AI and use inference, right? So it's not really a one-size-fits-all problem. It is not like you can build one chip that serves all of humanity's needs for inference, right? So you really need something that is different strokes for different folks. And when we talk about how we are better at GPUs at certain types of workloads, certain types of applications, the 10x, faster, 3x, energy efficient, 3x cost efficient. Again, the whole premise of the platform that we built at D-Matrix was around optimizing for efficiency. And when we talk about efficiency, it's about doing more with less, right? And what are the 3 most critical resources that humankind cares about? Well, it's time, it's energy, and it's money, right? So if you find a way to do more compute, more inferencing compute with less time, with less dollars, with less energy, that would be a clear win. Now, we also realized that we really can't do this for every single application out there, right? Because the GPU today is a more general purpose acceleration engine. What we were building is a more dedicated accelerator for inference, and we started our journey with a focus on what we call specific applications that run on smaller language models. That's what we are focused on today. And
so it's really narrowing in on a specific application.
That's right. What we're hearing from most customers is like, look, most applications, enterprise applications today run on these smaller sub 100 billion parameter models, call it, right? The frontier models that are, call it trillion parameter models, more, suited for AGI, right? More general purpose AI. So there is going to be a segment of companies that chase AGI frontier models. That is not what D-Matrix is focused on. We are really focused on the enterprise class smaller models.
Let me ask you this. So where is the product at now in its development? Have you finished the development of a chip? Have you sold the chip to customers?
Yes. All of the above. The product is in customers' hands. They are testing the product. It's being piloted.
Okay. This is the Corsair chip is the flagship chip you have. So you've sold the Corsair chip to customers. Who's using it?
Well, it's a combination. So I think our target customers are hyperscalers, neo clouds, AI clouds, sovereign clouds. So we have customers across the board. Right now, we have more customers than we can handle. So we're just really trying to pace this.
Okay.
Chip deployments take time, right? This is not like you throw something over the fence and the customer can take it and run with it.
Right.
From the time we give our chip to a customer, it takes them another 12 months to really deploy it in production, right? And there's a lot of support and handholding that we have to do. So we really have to make sure that we can only chew as much as we can digest, right?
You guys are using TSMC to make the chip?
That's right. We use TSMC to make all our chips.
How hard is it to get TSMC to actually make the chip? We've talked to chip companies in the past. Look, capacity is an issue. I mean, everyone wants to use TSMC. There's only a couple players in the world that can actually make it. Any challenges actually getting or finding capacity from their end to make the chip for you?
So first of all, capacity is a constraint right now for the leading edge process nodes, right? So if you're building a chip on the latest and greatest process technology, the stuff that NVIDIA uses, Apple uses, and other larger semiconductor companies use, absolutely, there is a shortage, right? But at D-Matrix, the way we built our platform, we built it in a way where the architecture did not really need to take advantage of the latest and greatest process node, right? So we are typically N-1, maybe N-2 generations in terms of process technology behind what the leading edge semiconductor companies use, right? Because our architectural advantages will more than make up for the lag in process technology. That's number one. Number two, we don't use things like HBM memory, which is very, very popular with GPUs, right? We use other forms of memory technology. We don't use this thing called silicon interposers and CoWoS, which is again in extreme shortage and short supply. So we have built the platform. The computing platform has been built with technology that does not really use any of the technology that are in short supply today.
Got it. So you've sort of optimized around it. I wonder, you've just finished this funding round.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is it to find venture capitalists in this era that actually know chips really well? I can't imagine that every flagship venture firm has the expertise to really know what it takes to make a chip, right?
It's a handful, Akash. It's really, I can count them on my fingers. I've been doing this for 7 years. There's not been a week in the last 7 years I haven't pitched to an investor. And I can tell you it's a handful of investors who really can diligence deals.
So there are some firms that say, I like it's just not our space. We don't know it. It's important. We don't know it.
Many of them don't go there. Some of them want to go there because of all the, there's just so much noise around chips and, with what's happening with NVIDIA. Many of them want to go there, they want to participate, but they just can't pick the winners from the losers, right? It's very, very hard for them to do that.
Right. And last question for you, talking about the winners versus the losers. Look, you are taking on Jensen Huang. There's no two ways about it. I know that it's a very specific application. How do you wake up when you wake up in the morning on a personal level? I mean, what does that feel like to be taking on perhaps the most powerful person in AI right now? Does it not scare you? Does it inspire you? Just walk me through your personal thinking.
No, I've been in the industry for 30 plus years, right? And, I started my career at Intel, when Intel was at the top of the world, right? And everybody was taking on Intel. Then have been at 3 startups. This is my 3rd time building a business. I've competed with large companies. I've competed with small companies. I've competed with very strong incumbents, right? So I don't think it scares me. It's certainly, there is an element of inspiration. I do look at how larger companies have gone on to get the moats and the advantages that they have because I've followed the journeys very, very carefully. To be honest, D-Matrix team is one of the few teams in the business that have built a multi-billion-dollar semiconductor business in the past, right? So this is a team that when they, in their past lives, we were at a company called Inference, which was sold to Marvell, and we built a $3 billion business from scratch, competing with some of the very large incumbents, right? So we have what it takes. We have the DNA to compete. We are certainly not saying we are out to displace NVIDIA completely. That's not our goal. Our goal is to really coexist with them in areas where they don't necessarily do very well, right? And this is going to be such a big opportunity that I think it's not really a zero-sum game.
Great. Well, Sid, thank you for coming on the show. Congratulations on the funding round, and we'll have you back on the show again soon.